Now, in a significant milestone for India's space exploration, the Indian Space Research Organisation has successfully launched its first solar observatory mission dedicated to the study of the sun, called the Aditya L1. This happened this morning. Let's have a quick look at this report.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
2nd September 2023. ISRO made history with the successful launch of country's maiden ambitious solar mission, Aditya L1. This comes within weeks of the ISRO and world's first landing on lunar South Pole by Chandrayaan 3. As the countdown concluded, the 44.4-meter-tall polar satellite launch vehicle soared majestically at the prefix time of 11:50 a.m. from the spaceport located on the eastern coast about 135 kilometers from Chennai.
Second stage separated, third stage ignited.
There's a place in between the sun and earth.
Third stage separated. Fourth stage engine started.
At the fourth stage of the launch, the spacecraft separated from the rocket nearly an hour later at 12:54 p.m., making it one of the longest missions of the PSLV.
I said it is indeed a sunshine moment for India. And I really meant it. And of course, no words are sufficient to commend and to appreciate what Team ISRO has done. And as I also said, we owe to thank Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because it was he who threw open and unlocked the gates of Sriharikota.
प्रथम भारतीय सौर अंतरिक्ष यान निकल चुका है सूर्य के तेज से विज्ञान को प्रकाश करने.
Bharat Mata Ki Jai chants reverberated across the launch site.
Bharat Mata Ki Jai! Bharat Ki Jai!
The liftoff is normal and the rocket has lifted off. It's soaring up to the sky with Aditya L1, which has 7 payloads. And the satellite's important aspect is that it is going to study about the sun. What you're hearing right now is a rumble from the rocket because sound travels lesser than the speed of light. And that's what you see currently. That is a rumble as the rocket soars up, breaking the escape velocity that is 11.2 kilometers per second. And as we see, that's the rocket that has gone up in the sky. And this is a very important part because now Aditya L1, after 4 months, it will reach a point called as Lagrange Point. There it will be stationed in a halo orbit.
ISRO Chief S. Somnath hailed ISRO heroes behind India's maiden solar mission.
Congratulations. The Aditya L1 spacecraft has been injected in an elliptical orbit of 235 by 19,500 kilometers, which is intended very precisely by the PSLV, very unique mission mode here, with the upper stage of the PSLV taking 2 burn sequence for injecting the primary satellite for the first time. So I want to congratulate PSLV.
Yet again, ISRO's Nari Shakti outshined. The whole mission was led by Nigar Shaji, the Aditya L1 director.
Aditya L1 has started its 125 days of long journey towards L1. We have our Earth burns to rise the orbit and followed by the trans L1 injection and finally insertion into the halo orbit in the Sun-Earth Lagrange Point L1. Once the Aditya is commissioned, it will be an asset to the heliophysics of the country.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also hailed the tireless scientific efforts of ISRO heroes.
For the next 4 months, Aditya L1 is going to continue his journey. And ISRO putting out commands right now. I can hear it faintly on the side that everything is going normally. You can see that, in fact, PSLV and Aditya L1 with Aditya L1 inside has now taken a turn, moving towards, higher and higher away from me. I can tell you that there was a point when I could hear it so clearly, that roar of the rocket. It's surreal, to say the least. But that right there is a successful launch. Another feather in the cap for our ISRO heroes. Congratulations to ISRO. Aditya L1 has taken to the skies. In 4 months from now, he'll be close to the sun. With video journalist Abhishek, this is Akshita Nandagopal reporting from Ground Zero from Sriharikota here in Andhra Pradesh for India Today.
Now, India's Nari Shakti continues to be at the helm of space exploration mission. Meet the project director of the ambitious mission, Aditya L1 from Tamil Nadu, Nigar Shaji, who spearheaded this entire solar mission as the director. Let's have it.
1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
As India does a Surya Namaskar with the successful launch of its solar mission, Aditya L1, the scientists behind the project also deserve a special pranam.
PSLVC 57 का सफल उत्थापन
Aditya is commissioned.
It's the Nari Shakti that is at the forefront of powering India's space missions. No surprise then that the ambitious Aditya L1 mission is headed by a woman.
Congratulations, India.
Meet Nigar Shaji, the project director of India's first space-based mission dedicated to studying the sun. A farmer's daughter from a village in Shengotai in Tamil Nadu, Nigar Shaji studied engineering at Tirunelveli Government College before joining ISRO in 1987. That's when her career in space research began. Soon after the mission's liftoff, this is what she had to say.
Following the success of our successful landing of Chandrayaan 3, we could have the next bigger mission too. So everybody was very happy and we could place the Aditya L1 in the intended orbit.
Before heading the solar mission, Nigar Shaji worked at the U.R. Rao Satellite Centre in Bengaluru. The Karnataka capital is where she is still living with her mother and daughter. Her husband, also an engineer, works in Dubai. But for now, the Aditya L1 mission is what she has her eyes firmly set on.
It's mainly for the study of all the major solar events. We have a suite of 7 instruments and they will be looking at coronal mass ejection, solar flares and solar wind studies. And it's to have an understanding of all these major events and its influence on the space weather, and also to have a good understanding of the coronal heating.
Nigar Shaji will also be closely involved in future ISRO missions.
Globally, everyone, our space assets are largely manifold. It has increased now compared to the yesterday years. And this will be a good, this will give, in addition to the global missions, whatever we have similar to the sun studies, we have by NASA, ESA, many missions. So we can join with them and we have a holistic space weather prediction. We can help in getting globally a better space weather prediction.
The women of ISRO have shown time and time again that not just the sky, but even space is not the limit. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath, Bureau Report, India Today.
But this is a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. Thank you for watching. Do stay tuned to India Today. You could also log on to indiatoday.in. You can also download our app for a lot more news and updates. Stay with us.